Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. You know it. Tell me what time it is. Chapstick time. This is how we start our videos here. Gotta keep your lips moisturized. This is the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Crazy because we just do stuff. I was going to say something else. I do curse on my channel sometimes. The troll is priming my eye with Fenty Eyeshadow Primer as usual. Gonna blend it out with the angled concealer brush. Troll because we're beautiful inside and out regardless of what the beauty community standards of beauty is. Do not let them convince you you need a particular brand, you need a particular tool, you have to apply whatever it is just like this, or your makeup's not going to look right and you look like a troll, even though nobody calls us trolls, not out loud anyway. But that's the concept. Wear what you want to wear, rock it with confidence, because here it is about self-acceptance, self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them when we want to, but not feeling like we need to fit into somebody else's standards. So that's what we do here. This is what else you'll see here. I hope that all resonates with you, and believe it or not, this may shock some of you. I still struggle with some of that myself. The self-acceptance and not caring too much. Because there is a fine line between caring what people think and caring too much to where, you know, we may feel sad or stressed out about something that's happening, or feeling anxious about should I or should I not do a certain thing. And a dear sister friend of mine, I was going through a little situation. Because the troll does have feelings. Okay, even though I'm on here and I'm just like, I do have feelings. And she said to me, and when you see this, you'll know exactly who you are. She said, I'm going to say this and I want you to hear me. Take your own advice that you say in your intro. I was like, damn. But I didn't say damn. I thought about it for like a half a second because I knew she was right. And I said, you're right. You're right. And I thanked her for reminding me. So even though I say that in every video, my intro, you know, I switch up the wording, but the basis is still the same. I was just like, wow. And I had another incident where I was overly concerned with how I looked in a hat. And she was like, if you like it, just wear it. And I'm just like, but does it look right? And she was like, why do you care what people think? And I'm like, because I do care. And then I'm like, Dad, here we go again. And there is this saying in life where when you go through something, if you don't learn from it or grow from it, the same situation will keep happening. So that's your next opportunity to get over it, learn from it, grow from it. So I was just like, wow, like I really do need to follow my own advice. And for makeup, it's easier than, I don't know, for whatever reason. Maybe I'm making up stuff. Anyway, so I really don't think this is going to look the same. But we're going to do a comparison between Dose of Colors Cutting Edge and the green ish and gold shades and the Nomad Venice-Simplon Express palette. So we're mostly, well, you can see what these colors are. So mostly for here, we're just going to be like right here, maybe pull that one in. I'm always touching stuff by accident. Excuse me, so rude. This troll has no manners. So the brushes we're going to be using for the lid shades, inner lid, outer lid. Yeah, so since we're on two different palettes, I do have 4 of these. And I was thinking today, these are Hourglass number 3. I was thinking today, next to 4 or so, maybe I'll get like a bunch more. Because I realized in almost every video, I'm using these brushes. Because they're wide enough for not only my lid, which is only right here, but because I take my lid shades up higher, this helps me get it done quicker because it's a wide brush and it is really soft. Of course, they're synthetic. All my brushes are. I have an adverse reaction to natural hair brushes. But yeah, I'm wondering, like, do I want some more of those? And we're also going to be using 2 of the Scott Barnes number 62 brush for our transition shades. My eyelids are sticking, so let me get to it. We're going to take the Rule Breaker. This shade here we're going to put on our inner lid. And I did think to do a brown base today, but then I said, you know what? We're just going to still just use these as they are for now. There will come a time where I will put either a brown or a black base under these. But when I'm trying to get a feel for a palette, I just want to use it as it is. I don't want to do extra steps, extra bases, extra primers or whatever, because I really just want to get a feel for what it does on its own, because I may like what it does on its own. For this shade though, spraying the brush would help as far as fallout is concerned. Right now it is still going directly on top of primer, and so I don't have any fallout yet that I can see, and so I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to sweep very lightly, because sweeping it will create fallout too. So we're going to leave that there. We're going to take Istanbul, and I have a feeling I'm pronouncing it wrong, this shade here. I kind of want to do this one. This is the one I'm going to do. This is a dual chrome though. That's the only thing. And so it shifts. So it's like a coppery gold. We're going to do it. And this is how I started the look before, and I really liked it. And I put this next to it. So this kind of, to me, feels like that look in a way, except we're not pulling in the red. And when I used it before, I remember thinking, looking in the mirror down here, I could not really see the color. I just saw a little shimmer. But then when I look up here, because it has that coppery shift, and because of my complexion and my undertone, it does kind of blend in. But what I noticed when I was editing the video, when I was going like this, that's when you see the shifts. You see that? And I was like, this shade is gorgeous. I mean, look at those shifts. But just like this, it's like, okay, it's just a little bit of shimmer. And even turning, it's like, okay. But this, y'all. So I'm gonna try and keep these brushes separated. So that's that part. We're gonna go back to Cutting Edge. We're gonna take this shade here, which is Top It Off. This one is just a shimmer version of this one, and that was kind of disappointing to me, because I was wanting it to, I was wanting there to be more distinction between the two shades, between these two, and it wasn't. Sorry for those glares. That reduces the versatility of the palette when you have two shades that look so close. And actually they were identical, except this one here had a little shine to it, and not even much. Once you blend it out, like, it's not like an intense, like, wow, bam, pow shimmer. And when I placed it next to this one, it was like, yeah. So we're going to leave that there. No, we're not. We're going to sweep this over lightly because of fallout, so we don't get as much. The brush we used for that first shade, and we're going to pull that this way. That's all the blending we're doing. If it's janky, it's because I'm a troll. If it looks nice, it's because I'm a good troll. See how we did that? So I know I'll be making up stuff. So we're going to go to this palette, and we're going to take this shade here, which is Grand Sweet. This feels so much like that other look that I did so far, because this is how we started. And this is going into, onto this area. I think I almost talked myself out of wanting Orient Express, the 18 pan that has these 9 shades in it plus 9 other shades, because this being just a 9 pan palette, and I have used every shade in this palette so far, I'm like, this is all I really need. If I were to get the Orient Express palette, it would just give me more of these types of shades, the neutrals, the tans. I think there's a couple dual chromes in there. One looks white, but I think it's a pearl something dual chrome. So it would give me a little more to work with, but at the same time, it would give me more of those neutral basic shades, and I don't really need more basic shades. So I think I talked myself out of it, because I do like the looks that I've done with these 9 shades. But now that I'm using this one again, I'm like, you know what? Because that palette does have a matte green in it, and it has a shimmer blue, and I'm just like, but do I really need a matte and shimmer of the same shade? Like how I was just saying, excuse me, this irritated me that these two look 99% identical on the lid. So I'm like, do I really want the same shades, just one matte and one shimmer? But then with Nomad's formula though, they may look the same. I'm going to pull this way. They may look the same, but when you apply them, like, they don't. Not on my lids anyway. And so that part of me is like, yes, they'll get it. Even though I keep trying to talk myself out of it. And I keep wondering, okay, maybe it'll go on sale soon. That first brush with that first shade. Look at that shift when I do that. sweeping that this way, and that's all the blend we're going to do for that. And so I'm like, is it going to ever go on sale? So I'm trying to hold out, y'all. Plus, I'm still on Nomad. Today is June 20th. I know, y'all, this will be uploaded. You see when it's uploaded. We're going to go into this center shade here, this Sundown, taking this brush, and we're going to coat it all the way around. We're going to tap it off, and that's going to go right here. I like this brush because it's tapered. So you can place, like you see how thin of a line that made? And as you get it placed, you can put more pressure on the brush for the bristles to bend, which will give you a wider blend. So you see how that blended that out versus initially it was just a thin line, but now we're putting more pressure. The bristles are bending, which is giving it a blend. We done. We done. We're going to take this Venice-Simplon palette, this shade here, Nightcap. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to coat this brush all the way around. We're going to tap that off. And so we're going to let the brush blend this out after we initially placed it using the tip of it. This experiment was to just see would I get similar looks, because I don't like having similar color stories in different palettes, even though I know they're not going to look the same. These are not the same. Not at all. And for me, for cutting edge, this dark green, the tone of it was just kind of strange to me, and I don't prefer it for me. I prefer a more vibrant green, even though this is a shimmer versus this being a matte. But still, I mean, like, I don't know. I do like this palette though, I really do. And so I'm doing these experiments with it to see do I like it enough to keep it once I do my next declutter. So that's what all of this is about. I'm going to put this underneath this eye, and that shade is Cameo. But first, we're going to take an olive green eyeliner, NYX retractable eyeliner, of course. Did you have any doubt that we were not going to use a NYX retractable eyeliner? If you're new here, this is my standard eyeliner. One of the few brands that does not irritate my inner rims. And I do usually do my inner rim. Sometimes I don't, but usually I do. And we're going to take our Esom V31 brush, and yep, this shade Cameo. This looks more greeny in the pan than is showing up on your end. And I don't know how to get it to look like it looks like that on your end. Maybe if I put it on a brush, you can see. It's not even a mustard green. It's like a really funky, grungy green, but it's funky. Like the color of it, I don't know how to describe it, but it looks deeper in person than it's showing up on your end. But it is just like a funky kind of green shade. And what drew me to this palette is because I do like grungy looks. And this is like a dirty, grungy color. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to describe it, and I cannot think of how to describe it. You know, it almost looks like a puke green. You know what it looks like? I don't have children, but in person, this shade looks like your baby ate something that his stomach didn't agree with, so it looks like baby poo. In person, that's exactly what it looks like. I am swirling the brush, tapping it and turning it. That is exactly what it looks like to me in person, is green baby poop. I'm gonna just take this one because there is no other green, because we've used this one even though that's a dual chrome. The shade is beautiful. And then it's gold, and we've already used that one, so we're just gonna put this one underneath. So I'm tapping and swirling the brush as I go. This is what that shade looks like, nothing at all like baby poo over here. Cameo, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm saying. When I see Cameo, I think of camouflage in the military, and that is not what that looks like to me. So we're going to take that same eyeliner, put that on our inner rims. I did my base face earlier, tried a new to me product that got out of hand. So that's what all of this is. I realized I had a dry patch here, and this section right here, it just was not holding blush. And so me being the troll I am, I just kept applying more. So yeah, so that got out of hand. And then of course, trying to fix it, that got out of hand. But yeah, so anyway, this is a Fenty Fly liner in black. My therapy client, he was like, I just wanted to say, and this was near the end, so we were wrapping up. He said, I just want to say, I do know makeup is your hobby, but I want to tell you, you look really beautiful today. And I'm just like, and he said, and then he said, but you always look really beautiful, but today I really like what you did. And I'm thinking, dude, this is not that kind of session. Yeah, not everybody can be a good therapist, because one of the things you need to be able to do is have and maintain good boundaries, and also reinforce that concept to your clients. And there has been times where I've had to remind him a few times, like, this is a professional environment, and you can think what you want to think. I was telling a sister friend of mine who also does therapy, I said, you know, his love language is touch. And he'll come in and be like, can I have a hug? And I'm like, no. 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 And not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not professional. You know what I mean? I've been doing counseling. Well, I'm retired now, but I still I still do therapy, but I'm officially retired. I started doing therapy 1995. Charlotte Tilbury. We're going to use this Pillow Talk mascara. And so you have to have really good boundaries. I mean, I'm not going to say you have to, but it would benefit you too if you're into therapy, to have really good boundaries and to reinforce those, not only for yourself, but for your client, and to be able to see through their bullshit, because they will try you. Sometimes, you know, they're manipulative, because we all want our way, right? But if you're coming to me for help and you tell me what you want to work on, I'm going to keep redirecting you back to that. And I had told clients before, like, and they know I curse, I do ask, you know, does foul language offend you? And if it doesn't, you know, every now and then I will, you know, say a curse word. But I remember telling one of my clients before, you know, if you want to bullshit, you know, this is your time. Like, you pay to be here. And if that's how you want to spend your time, you know, hey, you can do that. But, you know, you're not working towards any of the goals that you came to me to work on. Because as a therapist, you know, we meet them where we are. We ask them what they want to work on, and that's what we help them do. We try to encourage and motivate them to do it. But if they don't want to, you know, you can't make anybody do anything. But I really had to tell some clients, you know, if you want to keep, you know, bullshitting, you can keep paying me to come here and bullshit, but that's not going to help you grow as a person. And usually their behavior will change, because they're like, you know what, you're right. I came here to do this, and so I'm going to work on this. But anyway, we're going to wipe off chapstick. And shout out to my little sis, Hooded Morena. She had said a while ago, and I wrote it down, the green eye look would look nice with a purple lip. And I have that on a sticky note right here. And she had also told me a blue eye look with a deep terracotta lip, because I'm not good with matching stuff. But I looked at that note and I'm like, green eye look, purple lip. I tell her sometimes, I'm going to put her Instagram below. Oh my gosh, she does beautiful looks. I tell her sometimes, like, I learn a lot from her. Like, even just her looks and like the color combinations. And I do have problems with color perception. And so when I see looks, I might say I'm going to try and recreate that with what colors I think the look is. I'm going to edit this out because I keep talking, which is going to make it longer for me to do this. I am digging this. Thank you, little sis. And I will tag her in my Instagram post with this look, because green eye look with a purple lip. She said that. I did it. I agree. So if you have examples of color combinations that you like, or that you know look nice, excuse me, let me know, because Troll be having some issues. Like, seriously, I may think something looks right, and somebody else would be like, that don't even match. Where stuff I don't think matches will. So, yeah, so when she said that, I wrote it down. Trusting my memory? No. I kind of want to take a black and just put in the outer corner, do like an ombre type thing, but I'm not. I'm going to stop right now, because I already got like too much with the cheek situation. This side, I like. Except my blush came down too far. Well, I took it down too far. But this side is all sorts of just like, let's just put blush right there. Yeah. So that's it for this look. Let me know what you think. If you have Dose of Colors Cutting Edge palette, let me know what you think about it. If you have the Nomad Simplon Express palette, let me know what you think about this. Hey, Tina! My first time using this palette was with a collab with her. I will link, actually, her collab video is down below. So check her out, Tina H, A Beautiful Journey. So yeah, so I told her this is always going to have fond memories for me, this palette, because the first time I used it was for a collab with her. So that was amazing. And if you have the Orient Express palette and you've done a similar look, you know, let me know that too. Yeah, so that'll be it. And so you will see me in the next video. I have a lot of links down below in my link tree. Check those out and just hang tight, because there will be stuff popping up in the end cap for you to see. And you will see me in the next video. Thanks.